Ron Vitello with us now, former chief of the U.S. Border Patrol, former acting deputy director of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and former ICE director. To say that you're qualified to talk about this issue is certainly not an overstatement. When you look at this convoy and you hear love of country, right? You might have just heard from Vince, who is helping lead this group to Texas and Arizona. He's doing it because he loves American cities. He loves this country. He feels faith-led in doing so. What type of impact can a group gaining momentum city to city have on this impasse of this discussion at the border?
Thanks for inviting me, Marty. Godspeed to that convoy and Nick, because they care deeply about what's going on in this country, and they're seeing these images at the border. They're hearing about record numbers of people dying in the journey. They hear about record numbers of encounters of people on the terrorist watch list. And we're on pace for over 3 million encounters by CBP. And we see the effects all over the United States, right? These big cities are complaining. Small towns are complaining. It's a burden on our healthcare system. It's a burden on our schools. It's a burden on law enforcement. And frankly, it's not great for the people who are in the pipeline, who think they're coming to a better life. And they're going to be preyed upon by gangs and drug dealers in the United States. We have open source reporting that 85% of all the encounters that CBP makes are being released into the United States. That is an endless supply of young recruits for organized crime in the United States. And here's an example. Chicago, Miami, Denver, and Los Angeles are all reporting they're having real trouble with Venezuelan gang members who are taking over the drug trade and perpetuating violence in those cities. And I'm going to tell you right now, my experience of 34 years in the government and worked in the Border Patrol, catching an encounter from anyone from Venezuela was a very rare event. Now there are so many of these young gang members in the United States that they're taking over some of the drug trade in these particular cities and perpetuating violence in the communities. And most of those are immigrant communities. So the truckers that are out there, the convoy, more power to them. Getting eyeballs on this, getting more Americans to understand what's happening is good for all of us, because it informs people about the choices that this administration has made as it relates to how they let the DHS front line operate on our border.
President Biden says he wants to get a deal done. He says if the bill being discussed were law, he would shut down the border right now. Does he not have the authority to already do that?
I believe he does. When the Obama administration was facing a surge, when I was still in government leading the Border Patrol in 2014, we had the largest surge of unaccompanied minors and families coming to the border. The Obama administration asked career officials like me how to fix that problem. We instituted the family residential centers that ICE put together on behalf of the flow. We slowed it down and almost stopped it. When President Trump was faced with a surge in 2019, we iterated on all the problem solving that we could do. We eventually landed on the migrant protection protocols, a historic agreement with Mexico based in immigration law, which is bipartisan. The act is a bipartisan body of law, and it stopped the surge along with the Title 42 implementation and putting the resources where they needed to be. That all ended on the first day of this administration when they ripped down the MPP and started the surge that we're seeing now. The president can act to put those policies back in place. The law is on his side. There are Supreme Court rulings that allow him to re-implement the migrant protection protocols. They have refused to do it. And all the talk about the border is secure, that people are being arrested, that they're all being, that they're enforcing immigration law. Those statements might be true, but we all are seeing what's happening, and what they're doing is ineffective, and they know better.
Let me ask you this, though. Does the efforts to impeach Mayorkas on this issue take the eye off the ball on finding a solution? Does it move the two sides further apart in this political hot potato game? And as people at home watch it go, I don't see anything happening before the 2024 election.
Well, if the president had any credibility on this issue, if the Department of Homeland Security leadership was telling the American people the truth, they could fix this problem. So why are we going to spend an additional $14 billion or authorize another $14 billion for this problem when they failed to take the steps to help it now? When you're in the middle of an ocean and your boat starts to leak, you don't call the boat store and get another boat. You fix the leak and get back to shore as quickly as possible. End this surge at the border, begin to take the steps that will end this surge, And then you could end up in a place where you have bipartisan support to do some of the more structural changes.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.